Is with us. I don't know where Scott is, but a really up-and-coming race car driver. And Mike has been a race car driver for a long time. But Scott, I was able to go down to Charlotte and see Scott race, and I'll tell you what, he's got it all going on. He knows how to slide a car around a corner.
He's a wheelman.
Yep. So I'm going to sit down and let Mike introduce our next guest.
So, one of the things that, we survey people about NASCAR, and one of the things that people miss about NASCAR, the way it used to be, was the drivers would start out at local weekly tracks, they would race in their local area, they'd progress to a regional tour and then on to the national stage. That hardly happens anymore. Was it a Trans Am race a couple of years ago, and the winner, third race in a row, was 14 and a half. He hadn't raced anywhere. I think he was out of 8th grade. That was about it. So the sport has changed so much. But one fellow who raced all over New England in open wheel modifieds and did so with great success, got himself into an Xfinity Series car, won a bunch of races, attracted attention, and is now a top 10 contender every week for Roush Fenway, Keselowski Racing, Berlin, Connecticut's Ryan Preece.
Every time that I come here to New England now, it's a constant reminder of where you come from, and to have the ability to grow up in the Northeast and travel up and down 91, up 84, and spend those late nights getting the cars ready. And I spent nights here at the fair like a lot of you. So to be able to come back here, judge it with you guys, and be a part of it, it's really one of those lifelong memories that I'm gonna be telling my kids one day.
So your grandfather started the Pinto Revolution. Bob Judkins, the 2X, was the very first late model body modified to race in NASCAR. Your dad raced late models at Stafford. You are now at the pinnacle of the sport. And you said something earlier today that I'd like you to explain. You said your dad would measure things in 1/8 of an inch. You measure things in the thousandths of an inch. Could you expand on that a bit?
Yeah, I'm not that 12-year-old kid that he's telling to go pick up that wrench out of the toolbox anymore. So when I moved down to North Carolina, the level of setups, we're measuring in thousandths. Where the tolerance is within 5-10 thousandths of an inch, and that's the difference between winning and losing at that level. So whenever I come race the modified or run a super late model or whatever I'm racing, that same quality comes with me. So that's pretty much why I continue to race. And whenever I do it and I'm putting a car together or setting it up, I want to go win. And if I feel like I can't win or have the time to put into the race car, I'm probably not going to go do it.
So I'm going to brag on you just a little. This is one of the bravest guys I know. Not because he climbs in that car without any practice, goes off and qualifies and throws that thing into the corner at 190 miles an hour. That's not brave. That's borderline stupid. But wow, it pays well. No, here's what I'm talking about. When his career appeared that his upward trajectory had stalled, he mortgaged his house, took a huge mortgage on his house to buy a ride in a good Xfinity Series car to prove he could win. That's brave.
Yeah, boy, I can tell you, my wife, if she knew half the things that I was doing, credit cards for my NASCAR license and borrowing money and doing all those things. And, when I was 26, it was a great idea. When I'm 34 and I think back to it, I'm like, what in the heck are you thinking? But, it all worked out, and all I was a kid that had a dream of competing for wins at NASCAR's highest level. So the fact that it all paid off is really satisfying now, because you saw me. I was racing Stafford locally every Friday night. I'm sure a lot of you guys go there now, and Thompson, Riverhead, and Long Island, up and down the Northeast. So having real roots here and being racing at NASCAR's highest level is it's awesome.
Well,